Today I'm going to be reviewing the Syma X300 drone or quadcopter. Now this one actually does come with a camera, and this one was also sent to me by the brand by Syma to create this video about this item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, show you exactly what you get inside, then I'm going to test it out, see exactly how well that it works. So when you first open it up, this is what it's going to look like inside. Now the box is actually going to open up kind of backwards, so you will need to like turn it around a little bit just to make sure you get it open to the correct way. And then these are going to fold out on all of these quadcopters edge corners. So this is a pretty good size quadcopter. It's not like the size of your hand or anything. I will get a tape measure and give you the exact measurements on here in a little bit. But I'm going to say this is probably from point to point on these blades, probably going to be close to 10 inches or so, 8 to 10 inches, something like that. But it is definitely really nice that it's a larger one, so not just one that you're going to stick, this is the size of your hand. So let me go ahead and see what else is going to be inside of here. So this is going to be an actual box here in the bottom that the quadcopter or drone was sitting on top of. So in here, it looks like we're going to have batteries, and then the controller. Yep, the controller for the drone is actually going to be in there as well. And then there's something else here. Not sure exactly what this one is. So I'm going to show you that. And that's going to be, some extra propellers, and then also another battery as well. It should already have a battery inside of it, I am guessing. I'm not sure how that works. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these instructions, read them, figure out exactly how to get the battery in, get it charged, and get flying with this drone. Now I was getting all the packaging off, and I did want to mention this is going to take 4 AA batteries that are not included. So if you're purchasing this for someone, you're not sure if they might have batteries, you will want to grab 4 of those AA batteries so that way they can use it. And then as I was looking through this, so this thing is going to pop open. This is going to be how you connect the battery. So the battery is actually going to slide right inside the body of the drone. It's definitely a good size battery. And then you're just going to connect it up right like this on the back of the drone. So just going to push those 2 connectors together and then slide the battery and then this little wire right inside. And then this is going to pop right open or right close. So to open this, you're just going to push down on this little button here and then it pops open. And when you first get it, these won't be connected. So you just have to connect them up for that. And then when you're pushing in, make sure that it actually goes down inside of that little guy there. Okay, so putting that in there. And then it does come with an extra battery as well, so you can have one charging while you're using the other one. So let me go ahead and put batteries in this, show you how it works and looks. Now this is going to come with like protectors almost for the blades, so they just kind of stick out there. The issue that I'm running into is these are made of such flimsy plastic that it's virtually impossible to get them to clip on properly. So you can kind of see here on this, these are going to be like little plastic things that are going to slide right into the slots right up here below the blades. And then these things are supposed to clip into these little holes and go down through those little slots. The problem is the little slots bend and don't fit exactly right into there. And then when you try and put the little plastic pieces through those little slots, it just ends up folding the blade like that, or folding the arm like that, or you can't exactly get it to actually go in to the hole because this is made of plastic and that's made of plastic and everything's made of plastic. So it would be really helpful if they actually used like a metal. There you go. So you can see I got that one in on that one there. It'd be really helpful if they made these of metal, just like these little pins. If they were made of metal, it'd be so much easier because they're not actively going down in there unless you get it exactly right, because you're trying to get it through this piece of plastic, through the hole in there and get it to set in there. So you can see what happens most of the time is that these end up bending, kind of like I did on this one, or end up not going in at all like on this one here. So definitely a downside when putting these on. Once I get these entirely on, I'm going to go ahead and test it out. So I got everything assembled together. Now this one does have a camera on it, so it actually is going to come with this mount that will go right into the top of the Syma controller, and then you can stick your phone right in there. Obviously, it's going to be difficult for me to do while I'm recording. To connect it, you're just going to turn on both this and this. So you're going to turn this one on by this top button here on top. So I just kind of held it until it came on. And then to connect it to the controller, you're going to push up and down. And then the lights on here should go solid. Now you can turn on the blades by simply pushing up on the controller. And then pushing down is going to turn them back off. You can also use this button right here on the back, so it has that little arrows on it. That's going to be the hover button, so it's automatically going to take off and going to hover using that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a phone, get the phone connected up so you can see what that's going to look like as well, and then take it outside and test it out. So to get this set up, you're going to want to turn on the power to your drone, and then you're going to want to download this app. This is called the Syma Fly app. Once you have the app downloaded, you need to go to the settings, and then connect to the Wi-Fi. Now this is with your drone already on, and it has the instructions inside of here. So if you go to here and just go to help on the app itself, and then connection instructions, it'll tell you what you need to do. Essentially, you need to go to settings, click for Wi-Fi, and then find the FPV Wi-Fi. So first person drone, essentially first person viewer. And then you're going to connect it. Once it's connected, then you can go here, click start, and then it will connect to the drone after you've done that. So as you can see here on my phone, I can actually see what's in front of the drone. So you can see I'm moving the drone up and the view is going up and it's showing all of that off. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set it down out here in front of me. I'm going to try and on this camera here, get both the controller as well as my phone here, so you can just see what it's going to look like on both of those. So you can see I've got the drone down, so it's kind of looking at the grass. You can see there. What's really nice is you can actually just use your phone or tablet or something as the controller for the drone. So you don't have to clip this on the controller. You can actually use both. Now if you push this one in the middle, it should go up to hover mode. And it didn't do that because it actually was caught in the grass. So it hit the grass and stopped. So let me go ahead and move it a little bit further out so it's not in the grass. I've got a driveway right out here. So let me try that. And that should work. So what I figured out was that when taking off, it's actually easier to hold it in your hand. You can see here on this, I'm actually hovering and I'm right up there, just a little bit up above where you can see there, and I've got it hovering and it's just kind of staying in the same spot. So I like that. For taking on and off, even when using this button here for the automatic one, I would recommend just holding it. Now you want to make sure you're not holding it near the blades, but that worked a lot better for me. When I was doing it sitting on the ground, it kept, immediately going sideways or running into obstacles. It seemed once it got a bit off the ground, didn't have that issue. So that is pretty nice. Now let me go ahead and go forward here. I'm going to go up. Now I'm going to go forward. I'm just going to kind of follow it along here. Going to go over there by the tree line. And after flying it around for just a couple minutes, I've actually already broken parts of this blade. So really not a fan of that. Already just having it outside a couple minutes, and I didn't have any hard crashes or run into walls or anything like that. This was just from like grass, and so it tore it up. So these are going to be really, really flimsy blades. Now, they do give you 4 extras, but the problem is you're going to have A's and B's on them. So I've got 2 A's and 2 B's to swap out, which means after I take this one off, this is an A, I'm only going to have 1 other replacement for an A. So I'm not a huge fan of that already happening with this drone.